to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Wanted to do a little pre-stream stream, just a little hangout with you guys for whoever gets notifications on this channel. Uh, don't use YouTube much, but figured for a quick mobile stream be the easiest way to go. So we'll see who pops in. If anybody has any questions, we'll talk about what we'll be covering tonight. It's live on Odyssey at 10 p.m. Eastern. It's called Our Filtered Reality. So that's going to be a lot of different topics. Now, let me just make sure, get my chat going. Alright, perfect. What's up, Jessica? Good to see you. Yeah, sometimes a lot of people filter into these. Sometimes there's no notifications that go out. So it's more of just an announcement of tonight's stream, a good way to get the word out. Some people watch the replay. I'll put a community post up as well. I'll post it in Discord and put it up on Twitter. Yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern is when I'm going to do this stream. I guess that's late for some people, but I mean, a lot of people I see are in streams at that time, and it just, with the stuff I had to do earlier, I didn't think I was going to be able to make it earlier. So, figured that'd be a good time. So, what we're going to be covering, Jay Boy says, yo, Davey, good to see you. Good to see you as well. What we're going to be covering in tonight's stream, it's going to be a deception stream. If you've seen any of those, it's just the many ways the system, whatever you want to call it, the beast system, has its ways to deceive you. And I caught this like a couple weeks ago, maybe like a week and a half ago. My girlfriend was playing with TikTok, and she was showing me all these filters that they have on their app now, and they basically can make, you look like a teenager again, which is, as bizarre as it could get. You could think of the implications of what could happen with something like that. Also, they have like a glamour filter, which is basically catfishing to another level, where they make any woman, look like the hottest woman that ever existed. So you could see where that could go awry. It's just very, very, very odd stuff. But the more and more I had thought of Our Filtered Reality, thanks, Brenda. I appreciate that. The orphans video that I did last night, I think you're talking about. That's going to be a big, pretty big series that I'm gonna do. There's a lot of information. There's some guests I want to have on. They're a little, I guess, weary because of my stance on adoption and gay people, but I think they'll get over it and just come on for the cause of what the stream is about. Let me see if I can do this really quick. Let me see if this is an option for me. Sorry about the hand in the way of the camera there. I need to add myself as a moderator. What's up, Drew? Good to see you. Good to see Branda. Got 10 people in here so far, so that's cool. Like I said, I like to do these little hangouts. Sometimes people have questions. Sometimes they just want to hang out. But I'll go over what I'm going to be talking about. Because when I got into Our Filtered Reality, it started off with these filters that I started seeing online. And when you see the stream tonight, you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about. It's not something you can easily distinguish. Like, you're not going to look at it and be like, oh, I can tell that's fake. That's a filter that is put on it. It's almost flawless to the point where the people that are using it are like man, I wish I looked like this, and then you do the before and after sequence, and but then, you know, obviously that wouldn't be enough for a stream. So I started getting into, well, what else is filtering our reality at the moment, and I got into the dimming of the sun. How many multiple different companies are involved in this at this point? Um, you have many geoengineering companies that you'll hear about Bill Gates invested in this one and this company by David Keith at Harvard, but there's actual companies that have been licensed out to go up and spread particles into the sky to dim the sun, literally filtering our reality to darken it. So I wanted to cover that. People using deceptive names, um, business practice using business names to make it sound like a warm and fuzzy organization, only to deceive you to it being a terrible organization. Bright Horizons is going to be one of those that I talk about. We're going to be talking about how these transhumanists, these dadaists, dadaism, whatever their religion of transhumanism is, tell you that you might need to relearn how to see and walk in their new virtual reality future. We'll talk about the deception of the metaverse, how you feel like you're living in another world, but actually your real world still exists. You're just caught up in this fake world. We'll talk about how, like any place, the metaverse. Let me see if I can find this article really quick. Sexual predators are now contacting kids in the metaverse. So you're not going to be able to get away from them. You think your kid's playing some fun virtual reality game when in reality, pedophiles are one step ahead because they know where the kids are going to be. So there's a lot of different topics to bring to this show tonight. I think you guys will enjoy it. If we get time, we'll get to maybe some of the World Health Organization treaty stuff, maybe some of the Ohio residents after the chemical spill stuff. But I think just the deceptive nature, it being International Women's Day, but you literally can't call someone a woman, is its own deception. Um, the Hershey project that I showed you guys the other day, where it's like Hershey's candy bar literally came out with her, she, with like a trans, like a man on their cover of their wrapper. So just a lot of sick stuff uh, that I figured that's a fun stream to put together for everybody. Be a fun hangout for everybody. Oh, let's see. Jessica said, I've told the same thing in the past. Amazed he's not full doomer. I probably would be. I don't know how you research this trash and don't get enraged. I know it's difficult to tolerate. Well, you don't see me when I'm researching, so you don't know that I don't get enraged. And I actually talked about this on stream last night. That the child topics, especially the trafficking ones, are very hard to research, and especially the amount of time that you have to put in to actually connect the dots on some of these things. It's very time consuming and it's very demoralizing. But I counteract that with, well, I'm doing it for a good reason. I'm putting out the information about this for a good reason. What's up, Chuck Buddy Outline? It's funny that you're here because I didn't get to DM you before this, but I was gonna try the split screen thing and invite you on, but I thought it'd be like way too random just to hit you with like a invite. I guess you could just ignore the invite, so it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But I was gonna have you hop on because Drew was in the Deceptions, I think 1 and 2, which are still up on Odyssey, where we covered people in masks, people using deep fakes, holograms. Now his prediction, if you will. We still have a few hours. It still could come true. So let's just give him the time. It's International Women's Day, right? Is it still? Yep, it's still International Women's Day here. So Joe Biden could still die. Kamala Harris could become the president on National Women's Day. All the signs, all the patterns. Yeah, plenty of time. Yeah. So I was just like looking through other stories, and I'm like, all of these stories are fucking boring. Like, I don't care that Nick Fuentes protested CPAC. Like, that doesn't interest me at all. Um, there's like a bunch of stories that came out today that were just very uninteresting. Um, like I said, I noticed these filters like a week and a half ago with just my girlfriend scrolling through TikTok and showing them to me. Um, they give you lip fillers. They just make you look like you're the most amazing looking person ever. But then they have another that's called like a glamour filter, and then they have another one called a teenage filter. And I'm just thinking in my head right off the stream of doing the orphan stream and the trafficking stream. It's like, okay, now we have a filter that can make you look like a teenager. Do we not think this is going to be misused for the worst possible scenario? Do we not think catfishing is going to get to a whole new level? Do they think TikTok's the only one with this algorithm and is not already being used to deceive people in other ways? Think of dating apps. Think of apps where people meet up. Think of how people communicate now, where they mostly communicate over a StreamYards or a Zoom. You don't know if that's the actual person you're looking at anymore. You can't be sure of anything that's on the screen anymore. So I mean that's the crux of a lot of streams that we talk about on not trusting the screen and you know having a lot more discernment on what you're looking at. But just the cover of this, that the one woman is, I know one eye symbolism is whatever at this point, but just the fact that the only picture that they could use to show you the TikTok filter had to be a woman giving the one eye symbolism was a little weird. What's up, Majo? Good to see you. Yep, it is 3-8 day. Oh, Reddington, I believe he's dead. I'm talking about somebody else's uh, prediction. Yes, I think he's already passed away. I think they're using CGI, masks, twins, lookalikes, anything they can get away with at this point. They could have did a full blood transfusion on his dead body, and he's just a walking cyborg at this point. There's many different options of what he could be. I've counted about 8 different Bidens, but you know everybody can have their opinions on that. Let's see. Hey, what's up, See No Evil? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Said just make it official for the masses then. Yeah. I think you mean like announcing, the establishment announcing that he's dead is what you need to see and what you need to hear. Um, yeah, that'd be part of the prediction for him. But maybe the wires got crossed and they just killed that Fetterman guy instead. They were just like, they brought the orders down on high and they were like, we need you to kill this retard that should have never been elected. Um, and there was some confusion and they just ended up killing John Fetterman instead of Joe Biden. So there could have been some mixed signals there and the Illuminati just got confused and killed the wrong person. This guy could, if you believe he's alive, I mean, he could drop. If he's actually alive, then he could drop any day. Now, is John Fetterman actually dead? Does anyone actually know that? because I saw like 20 posts saying that he was dead, and then like people saying this is fake, this isn't real. And it was a pretty good troll account because he was like, well, I'm a journalist, I could be sued if I put this up. So they say he's been photographed, but they don't show the photograph, at Walter Reed amid clinical depression recovery. One day ago, Fetterman sponsored a bill from the hospital. Okay, whatever. I don't give a shit. So what the fuck happened to him? He just had some like kind of meltdown crisis? Or did he have like a heart attack? John Fetterman sick? What the fuck do I have to look up here? A minor stroke is what they're saying. Oh, just a minor one? He's all set. It's all good to go. He already looks like he's had a minor stroke. Like, I mean, would he even notice if he had a stroke at this point? I feel like that would be like a regular basis living for him. He just lives in a stroke reality, just stroking it. I also read something very interesting about libs of TikTok earlier. These are some things that might not make the stream. I should have set up like a mini tripod and put my camera so I could reverse the camera onto my computer screen and show you this. But I wasn't planning on you know, showing you some of this stuff. So I'll just read you some of this. Libs of TikTok founder Shia Rauch has flat out lied in this February 2022 New York Post interview about being a grassroots one-person operation and not doing it for money. Professional journalists, by definition, can't be anonymous, and the story of how Shia Rauch, a member of the prominent Shabbat Lubavitch family in Los Angeles, came to be a famous journalist and one of the founders of the popular media outlet, is certainly newsworthy. Now into Libs of TikTok identity. Shia Rauch's father is likely Yankee Rauch. If he's not, he's a close relative. Rauch posted a photo of Taylor Lorenz knocking on his door of his home in Los Angeles of April of 2022. So before she was this Libs of TikTok, she was the Pizzagate. She did some QAnon stuff. She did some election denying, and she was a real estate investor, and then changed her name to Libs of TikTok. Within 3 months, she had business dealings with Seth Dillon, a PR and media relations agent with ties to Fox News, a very prominent Republican law firm. So for her to let her license as a real estate investor expire, she had to know that this was going to be a lucrative outcome for her. The big takeaway is the anti-transgender campaign isn't grassroots. It's being orchestrated basically by a conservative pack, but they make it out to you like it's just like this one woman, grassroots organic tirade against the rest. But of course, she has to be part of the Shabbat Lubavitch family in California. Every single time, guys. Every single time. Thought that was pretty interesting. I'm not saying their site doesn't have some funny posts, but it's good to know who's behind putting those posts up and what their actual agenda is. Jared said the joke's on us. Yep. Every day I ask the question, am I being deceived by the evil one? Well, there's a lot of deceptions out there. I mean, this is literally part 6 of the series that I've done. And they come in like so many different all right, dude. I post a live stream in my Discord and like 2 people have to come in and post their live streams right after mine. Like, do you have to do that? Can you give me 10 minutes so people could maybe find their way in? But oh well, it's an open Discord. Do as you wilt, I guess. It's just a little bizarre. As soon as I post a live stream, someone posts their live stream right under mine twice, just to make sure that mine gets buried a little bit. Anyways, 10 p.m. on Odyssey, Davey Crocco. The link to the exact stream is in the description right there. So you can just click on it. You can set your notification. Uh, Make sure you get a notification. Also, let me know if you're not getting notifications through Odyssey. If you want to be in the Discord, if you want to join a Telegram, um, if you want to follow me on Twitter, just let me know what the best way for you to get notified if you want to be notified is notified, and I'll make sure to reach out to you and make sure that you don't miss the stream. But I'm gonna do some finishing touchings to this, eat some dinner, and then I'll be on at 10 p.m. Eastern. So appreciate you guys stopping by for a quick little hangout, and as always, I'll see you very shortly in the next one. Thanks for stopping by, guys.